Eccentric, SLO-mad, and today I feel like I'm back in radio, something that I used to love to do, because I'm going to give you an update on the latest buzz that we're hearing about yet another fee to enter into the United States. And I'm talking about that integrity visa that we are starting to hear so much about. So I'm just going to give you the brief on it, where it comes from, who it impacts, and whether or not you're going to get your money back, because the way that it's outlined, you could potentially get your money back. So let's see. All right, so welcome back to my channel, y'all. First of all, I appreciate you guys popping in and joining me during these crazy times. A lot is happening, but you guys need to be in the know. And I know quite a few people who are still planning to go to the United States amidst all of the turmoil and stuff that's going on. First of all, I wish y'all the best of luck. If it's not required and paid for by your job, I don't know, I'd hold off for a little bit. But for those who want to go, and or for whatever reason, this is for you. So make sure that you know this is, so just right out of the gate, let's talk about who this integrity visa is for. Or let me go ahead and kind of just define it. Basically, it's a fee that you must pay the United States in order to enter the country, and it is part of that BBA, that Big Beautiful Bill Act, or is it BBBA? But it basically, the fee applies to anyone who would be applying for a non-immigrant visa to enter, and this fee cannot be waived. So one of the things, as I mentioned, they talk about, depending on your integrity, your behavior when you're in the country, you could be reimbursed. And we'll talk about at the end the possibility and how that reimbursement will or will not work. But this is kind of popping up everywhere. A lot of people are talking about it and what it actually is, and what do you have to pay. So I'm just going to kind of go through this list I have on my screen. So that's why I'm looking down. I'm actually going to just read it, because there's no sense in trying to memorize and regurgitate when you have access to it. So the fee is $250, y'all. But this is the kicker. This was rolled out October 1st of 2024. And I checked multiple sites to confirm this date, because initially I thought it was a typo, and it is not a typo. So this fee is supposed to run from October 1st, 2024 through September 30th of 2025. So that would be last year to this year. And if it hasn't rolled out yet, and it's the end of July, when does it actually roll out? In addition to that, that $250 is what that set fee is, or the fee is right now. But with the provision, Homeland Security has the freedom to increase that fee. I don't think there's a cap on it. Okay, so in other words, it can be adjusted for inflation. FYI, just be in the know. So who has to pay this fee? So regular U.S. citizens, no, you shouldn't have to pay the fee. We're just gonna say shouldn't, because nowadays I just don't know. But no, we should not have to pay it. It should only be for people who are applying for non-immigrant visa status. It's in addition to that. So that could be tourists, it could be business travelers, international students. That's when it starts to hit home, right? When you're talking about international students and people in that demographic. I feel like if it's business, your job may be paying for it. But for students, for example, we've got trials and games that are happening in the United States still, and students who would be coming over to participate in those games. And now each one of those students or athletes or performers or whatever the case may be now have to apply for, get approved, and pay this $250 fee in addition to whatever else they pay to come into the country. The other thing that to keep in mind is if you are a country with visa exempt status, like you can enter the United States without getting a visa, like Europe, Australia, Japan. I don't know if Singapore is one, but a number of those countries have visa exempt status. You are waived from this. So you want to go and check with your embassy and then click on USA, because they should have a USA page for applying for visas, and check out the Integrity visa process and see if you fall into that grouping. But there are, again, some exemptions, some things, some people who won't have to pay. So the next question is when do you pay this fee? So the fee has to be paid when the visa is issued. So I guess you get the visa first. And once you receive the visa, you actually pay for it, which is actually, if that is the case, I think that this is one of the things that I think should happen across the board, because one of the things that we're seeing specifically in the continent of Africa is Africans applying for visas to Europe or to the Americas or wherever they have to apply for visas, which is pretty much everywhere. They pay for those and then they get denied. And so these countries are racking up oftentimes on denied visa applications. So this states that you do not pay until your visa is approved. So at least, right? And the next question is does this Integrity visa, will it replace any other visa fees you have? No. This visa fee, this $250 as it stands right now, is in addition to any other visa fees that you would have to pay. And there's some information that breaks that down. I'm not going to break it down. Now let's talk about being reimbursed. Are you going to get reimbursed for this particular visa? Well, the interesting thing is from what I've read so far, there is no way, there is no system set up to send money back to you. So, a lot of different countries people don't necessarily have a visa, or some online payment form that is compatible with the United States, unless you have like a Visa or a MasterCard, right? A lot of countries have pay systems, paying platforms, and different things like that are not compatible with US systems. So how are they actually going to reimburse? Because it's the countries that would have the systems in place, and many people hold credit cards, are the ones that are exempt. The Japans, the Australias, the European countries, those are the ones. It's the smaller countries that now may not have those same tools and resources to make those payments. So it's, is it getting harder and harder to enter? Is the United States becoming more and more selective with who they are allowing into the country based on your access, things that you have access to, systems that you have access to? Just makes you think a little bit, right? So as of right now, today is July 28th, 2025. Even though this rolled out October 1st of 2024, it does not look like this fee has been implemented yet. But it's something that literally within the last 4 to 5 days has popped up and been the talk of so many different news programs and groups that are, focused on immigration policy and different things. Lost my connection. But when it starts has not been made clear 100%, even though it says it started or rolled out October 1st of 2024. So this does not have an expiration date on it. It does not have a start date on it, but it's something you should be aware of. Additionally, one of the other unknowns is whether or not, if you've already received a visa to enter the country, will you then be notified if it rolls out before you arrive in the US, if you will then need to do that process, go through that process before you can actually fly. Like, let's say you are going to come to the US on August 15th. You've been approved, you got your visa and everything. And then on August 1st, August 5th, let's say, they roll out this integrity visa. Are you going to now need to apply for that integrity visa if you are not an exempt country? If you have applied for a non-immigrant visa, are you now going to need to apply for that? How long that approval process is going to take, that information is not clear either. And whether or not your pre-approved visa, paid for visa, is good enough. Is there going to be a, period of grace that they give for anyone who is already approved to come to the country, already received a visa, and they, may not have this integrity visa because it hasn't rolled out yet. So there are so many questions, things that are not clear. A lot of this information is coming from, of course, the U.S. Travel Association, Department of Homeland Security, which is the DHS, and other different departments that are talking about what this fee and how this fee is going to impact incoming travelers. And it definitely will impact incoming travelers. If you were concerned, or you've got a family of 4, you're talking about an increase of $1,000. Let's say you're coming with your 2 teenage kids. You now have $1,000 that you have to pay, with the assumption that you might get that $1,000 back, or you might not. So it's just something to think about, you guys. Keep your ears to the ground. I just want to, again, share some information with you and hope that it assists you as you are moving about the world. Do not stop traveling. Do not allow things to keep you from, going after your dreams, but just be in the know so that you are not surprised at the last minute. You guys, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that is helpful. You guys, if you can, check out my other videos. I will have another video dropping on the 29th at 8 a.m. my time, the 28th, 8 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time. And it actually is a recap of the DTV, the Destination Thailand visas that I have already rolled out. But this is in short form, literally the list of things that you need without the lives and all the extra fluff in it. So please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you'll know when that pops out. I think the video is like 15 minutes, and it's going to give you a breakdown of everything you need to apply for this 5-year visa. I hope to see you guys back on my channel again soon. And if you have any questions, you guys know where to find me. Go to my link, go to the links in my description, and send me a message. Let me know if you're interested in chatting one-on-one, or leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, I'm out of here. You guys, I'll catch y'all on the next video. Y'all know the drill. Toodles and noodles. Peace and hair grease.